Hey, what's happening guys? Hi Blood here. I'm making another video of my wizard. In this one, I'm going to showcase a four-man group doing a Greater Rift 90, and I'm going to have a cow level at the end, and I'll explain the reason behind that kind of a setup. Uh, I'm also going through my gear currently, so that's something you guys can pause the video if you want to see what I'm working with. However, one thing to note is my gear is still not augmented. And the reason I'm doing that is so I can show you guys that, you can do the 90s. Granted, you might have to do it in a group setting in order to up your gems without even having to augment any gear. So in this particular four-man setup, we got myself as the wizard. We have a pull barb, a monk, and just another wizard we picked up from a random public game. The barb and the monk are from my guild, so I've played with them multiple times. It's just usually we play with a witch doctor. However, in this case, he wasn't online, so we just grabbed a random guy off a public game, and it happened to be another wizard. So you'll also see just how powerful two wizards can be in Greater Rift 90. Granted, you have the pull barb to give you the ignore pain. Uh, as you know, I did mention that my gems are, I think in this case they were two of them are 90 and if not 91, and I think my stricken is 88. Which is good because the reason I have them at that level is because I'm able to do 90s in a group setting, and that's what I strongly suggest you guys do as well, is to get yourself in a group setting, maybe even join a public game a couple of times. Even though I'm in a guild and I can take advantage of a group setting easier, there are times where I'm online, there's no one online from my guild, so I join a public game and I can still make it happen in a 90 if you get the right kind of a setup. Ideally, you do want a barb, witch doctor that's running fire bat, heal monk, and yourself would be the wizard. So having said that, aside from my gems being, in a low 90s to high 80s, what else is keeping me alive is my Paragon points, as well as a different setup I have in terms of my main hand. So first, let's focus on the Paragon points. Once you hit 800, you can dump everything into intelligence. That helps tremendously with survivability as well as DPS. Now, what I've switched to in terms of my main hand is the Pig Stickler, and of course it's ancient as my main hand. Now, the weapon itself has to roll attack speed and cooldown reduction. If you don't get these two, you might as well use whatever weapon it is you're using, because that's what puts this weapon over the edge when compared to if you were using a Starfire with a furnace in the cube. So in this case, I have my Starfire in the cube and I'm using the Pig Stickler, and it rolled fairly well. And you guys can rewind to the beginning of the video and just look at the stats that I have on it. It's not the best of the best, but it's pretty damn good. Um, Now, a lot of people ask why the Pig Stickler and not something like the Furminator. Well, the Pig Stickler's natural attack speed is a lot faster than any other weapon that I know of that can also roll attack speed and cooldown reduction. So that's one of the reasons why it's the weapon of choice for the wizard now in terms of if you're trying to bump up your DPS. Whereas a Furminator, I think the Pig Stickler is 1.4 maybe in terms of attack speed, but the Furminator is more. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but yeah, that's one of the reasons you want to go with the Pig Stickler. And also it's got those bonus damages to certain mob types. I'm not crazy about it, but hey, it's there, and sometimes it actually helps to your favor if those mob types are around in the Greater Rift. um, in terms of skills, I'm still running the Twister with the Black Hole setup and the same passives as the usual Lightning build, so no changes there. I'm telling you guys, one of the biggest keys aspects of being able to run higher Greater Rifts are your gems. You need to get your gems at the same level, if not higher than the level you want to be running. So if you want to be doing 90s, your gems should be in the 90s. So and that will help you bump out that extra DPS. Now, survivability is a different story. Again, that might depend on the Greater Rift you're getting, or if you do have some crazy gear where it's giving you survivability, or the type of build that you're using. In my opinion, it's mainly the type of mobs you get in a greater rift, the density of the greater rift. Sometimes I've joined greater rifts where I've quit the game because it was just unbearable. I couldn't survive, and that was maybe even an 80. It wasn't even a crazy high 90 or a low 90 greater rift. So there's some luck aspect to it. So just bear that in mind. Anyways, that's all I have to say in terms of, the Greater Rift, the build, the gear. Let's just touch back up on the Paragon points. So I mentioned that, this Greater Rift will also have a cow level at the end, and the reason for that are the experience pools. There are two experience pools in a cow level, and usually monks can open them up because they get the weapon that you need to open up the secret cow level. Uh, and it helps tremendously because instead of spending time to find the pool at the end of every run, and I think actually Blizzard has taken notice of this, so I find it that it's a little bit harder to find pools now in season 9 than it was in season 8. So the cow level definitely helps. But yeah, two pools. You grab a pool after your run, you come back, you turn the rift in, and you do it again with the second one. Then you're gonna have to remake the game to reset it so you can open up another cow level. The reason for that is you get more Paragon points for every rift that you do, and thus you get more DPS because you can dump more in your intelligence once you hit Paragon 800. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video itself, and I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. It was a fun rift to run, and I personally prefer to play in a team setting, in a four-man setting. However, I know, I even try to push solo just to see what my limits are. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the gameplay footage as well as the cow level at the end. Like, subscribe, leave any comments, any questions you guys have regarding the video or the build. That's all I have to say. I wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.